What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags Movie Podcast, episode number 183. My name's Seth.
My name's Nick.
You know, we've been doing this for like
3 weeks.
almost 10 years now.
Oh, I thought you meant this episode, like trying to get a new
Oh,
episode out.
we'll get into that, but man, we've been doing this for a long time.
Has it been like 10 years?
I mean, I got a memory that it was 8 years ago when I saw a picture of us on Skype, so probably like 9.
Yeah, I mean, I moved out here 10 years ago, and not long after that, I think I was like part of the community before I moved out here, so
Yo, the community.
so it's probably pretty close. Yeah, it's crazy. It's sickening. Time is an illusion.
Oh, nothing's more depressing than the passage of time. Time? Never time at all. So,
now.
we've actually, I'm not going to apologize and say, oh, hey, we said we'd be back, because
We've tried.
fuck, this is like the third time we've done this, or tried to record. Last weekend, we did a whole hour and 45-minute episode of something we've already done, and we didn't realize it till afterwards. We've been phoning it in for a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's dying. This is near the end of its life cycle.
I'll say that.
We're like a child in the Middle East. We will be dying at a young age of 10, and
I mean, like, we did the whole episode, and it was one we already did, and neither of us knew.
it didn't occur to either of us. So either we're dumb or
Mentally checked out.
I just thought it was a good episode. I thought it was
was
better than the first one.
Oh, it definitely was, and it's not like we're like some big pie. Like, if I would have put that up, nobody would have probably even noticed that, oh, they've already done this. But
The one comment we get, somebody would have been
yeah,
like, you did this already.
yeah, I've got just a little OCD. Like, I wouldn't have felt right putting up, a duplicate episode. So we scrapped it. It's too bad, because there was some good shit in there. Some
Yeah.
good comedic moments.
Yeah, there was. But here we are now again with a different topic and moving on with our lives.
Moving on. How's it going over there in Scottsdale?
Oh, it's okay. It's starting to get hot.
It's the dog days coming up. 120.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad yet, but it's coming. I know it is.
About 95 here today. Got the AC on. Probably just stay inside because that's what I do.
What do you think you'll do? Is it a game day or a movie day?
Sunday's usually the movie day. Or Sunday's usually the game day. Saturdays, I'll lay on the couch, stare up at the ceiling, and hopefully watch a movie.
I think it was last weekend I had one of those days. I just watched a bunch of shit all day. I miss those days. Just don't come very often anymore.
Well, you're Mr. Popular now, so no time for films.
Not only that, there's so many games to play, so much to
There's
do,
too much. Nobody. We've said it before. Nobody should ever be bored.
Yeah, if you are, then you're a loser.
Yeah, there's not enough. There's not enough hours in the day.
Before you bedwetters.
So we're gonna get into a topic a little bit later on. We were trying to come up with some, when you've been doing a podcast for a long time, you kind of start to, okay, we need some topics. So we're going to talk about some movie endings, which amazingly we've never done.
I think I've always been hesitant because it's going to be very spoilery. And
right, and it's just a gigantic scope. You can never possibly cover everything, but
yeah, but I think I've always been like, well, then we got to talk about the endings of movies and ruin them, so...
Well, some of these, there's a rule. If it's like over 10 years old and you don't know the ending, well, too bad.
That's on you, loser.
That's on you. What you been up to? You been watching anything?
Yeah.
Thor? What is that movie?
Extraction.
Oh, God.
You like the Raid,
Action
right?
guy. I do, yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
like the first
same.
one. I still have the Raid 2 and its shrink wrap.
Oh my God! Like, try something new for the love of
I
God,
know. I know.
for the love of fuck.
Put down the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, put down the 4Ks of Child's Play.
Those are great. Great special features.
Oh God, what?
I do want to say on those, like, I was gonna bring that up, but those are like a lot of times, by the Criterions or the Scream Factories. I don't always feel like, oh, I need to watch everything, but for those I did. I watched everything. Felt I really got my money's worth.
Because you felt guilt about spending that kind of money
No,
on
I
it, or
no, I just felt like I just was like intrigued to see, the good behind the scenes, the making. It was good to hear like see some of the behind the scenes, like the animatronics and stuff. I mean, it's jam
Mm.
packed with interesting film stuff.
Yeah, that is what special features have.
Yeah, and it's like, go out and spend $20 on all these, and a lot of times I don't even touch the special features. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I always go and check out what's in there. Maybe not always watch everything, but
Yeah,
at
I
least
need
give it a
to get
peek.
into some more commentaries, you know,
Mm,
because I know
yeah,
there's like a lot of good shit there, but man, I just like if I'm gonna spend 2 hours watching a movie, I just want to watch the movie.
I agree. I have to like really know the
Yeah,
movie or have seen it many times to finally jump
right.
into the commentary.
Something I've seen over and over again where, I wouldn't mind watching it with talking, but I know there's a lot of good shit there that I'm probably just missing out on. Sitting right
Oh yeah.
behind me, on those shelves, probably some great commentary
How
tracks.
many hours of commentaries?
A lot. And you know what? The
Ridiculous.
commentaries I've watched or listened to, I've enjoyed a lot. Like some
Mm.
of them are really good.
Some are pretty insightful and you learn a lot, and
Yeah.
then others less so. But all the ones I've listened to, I have been pretty good.
I think my favorite, and I haven't seen a lot, but the Goonies commentary is immaculate.
I
And then
played. What
Sean
is it?
Astin has to leave in the middle of the commentary to go film Lord of the Rings.
That's insane.
Hey, he just gets up and leaves.
Bye.
See ya.
I'm gonna go film this small budget fantasy
Yeah,
film.
it's a little fantasy project we're working on.
Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Rings, Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
Lord of the Rings, baby. Sorry, I
Um,
didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. I've been watching a few things. I did check out a movie that I know that you've seen. They Look Like People.
I saw you watch that. That's kind of
Yeah.
a not too common.
No, very amateur film. Not in a bad way. I mean, it's low budget. It seems like it's a bunch of people that consistently work together making something,
I'm
but
I'm trying to remember what would have even made me want to watch that. Like, why did
uh
I originally watch that?
the
It
post
has
I
to be
like the
tied to
poster.
something.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
that could be
poster.
it.
Yeah, I like the idea that it's supposed to be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go to I'll just like a Google search, best movies that are streaming that you haven't heard of or something, just to
Yeah.
kind of find. I think that might be how I discovered that.
Sometimes you
Where'd you
just need
watch that?
uh I watched it on Tubi.
You know, there's
Tubi's
some
good.
interesting stuff on there. They got a
Yeah,
lot of
Tubi.
shit.
Yeah, they do. Tubi is good. Like their selection has grown immaculately. They have Boyhood on there, like
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
saw that.
a lot of big stuff. You're dealing with
Um,
ads, of course, but it's really not that
no,
bad.
Tubi's good and Plex is pretty good. They've got a lot of good free shit too.
I wonder if they kind of work in tandem with each other.
I mean, like Tubi's got a lot of shit, but there's some good stuff on there.
Yeah, Tubi was what I watched quite a few things on last
That being
weekend.
said, though, I don't really remember much about that movie. I remember like a scene in a basement where she's like tied up or something. One of them's tied up,
Yeah,
or
it's
they
like
got
the
a bag.
climax where his
Yeah,
friend
that's
is
I remember
tied
that.
up and he thinks he's. Speaking of endings, nobody's gonna watch it, so it's
Oh,
okay. But yeah, he like ties up his friend and puts a bag over him, and he starts like wriggling, and something's poking through the bag, and then he takes
Yeah.
the bag off and he's fine. So I guess it's
So
like in
now,
his head or something.
yeah, now I'm remembering this because I remember reading about it. So like, is this like a movie about being schizophrenic or something? There's like a mental illness thing going on there.
Yeah, it seems like it because
That's right.
it at times it seems like something's really going on, but I think by the end it's supposed to signify that something's not right with him. Hello?
Hello? Just a little brief hiccup. That's all right. You said at times it seems like there's something going on.
Yeah. Yeah, at times it seems like there's something going on and then other times it leads you to believe that oh yeah, this is probably something going on in him.
Yeah. It's a metaphor for mental deficiencies.
Deficiencies.
We all got one of those, or multiple.
I'm damaged.
We all do.
I do.
Yeah, that was an interesting film. It's unique, low budget.
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean
stuff like that. I
it's
like to experience those.
yeah, they're fun. Every once in a while, you can come across a good one, and I thought that was pretty
Yes, sir.
solid. Pretty solid.
Okay, okay.
Anything you've been checking out?
Well, I think we talked about it last weekend, but that got scrapped, so to talk about it now. I watched Heat for the first time.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
One of those movies that I know was good, but I just was always kind of like, okay, I got to be in the mood for a 3 hour bank robbery film, which
Yeah.
usually I'm not, but
Yeah.
I was that day. Um, fuck. That's one of those that then it wraps up and I'm like, God, why did I wait so long to watch it? Because it was
Cause it's
really good.
long.
It was long.
I have so much to do in my busy
Uh,
day.
I know, like just like I'm so fucking occupied with stuff.
Just take
Robert,
breaks.
yeah, I know, but De Niro, Pacino, Val Kilmer,
Cappuccino. Yeah.
uh,
Out
John
Kilmer.
Voight, Natalie
Yeah.
Portman, and the great
Yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, rip. A lot of people in that. It was just fucking good. I don't know. I'm not a big action guy, so I don't really. I tend to not go to those very often. But
hmm
when it's done right, like it was in Heat, I mean, those fucking bank robbery scenes, those
I
shootouts are just, whew,
I go back to that shootout every so often.
yeah,
Just watch it.
um, really, really badass. And then just from watching it, then it makes me think like, okay, I'm sure, like when they made like The Town or The Dark Knight,
Oh, for
they were
sure.
thinking about Heat, yeah, because
For
it's
sure.
really, really cool, really well done. I mean, that was hell of a movie. It was another cool ending.
Mm.
Just powerhouse actors.
It makes me want to rewatch Thief because Michael Mann did
Yeah,
both, and I didn't
yeah.
really care for Thief the first time I saw it, but I that was many years ago at this point.
I was thinking about that while I was watching Heat. Like, okay, now I should go back to Thief. That's one of the first Criterions I bought, so need to give that another whirl. But
Yeah, I
Heat was
agree.
fucking cool, man. Really,
Yeah.
really, really cool. Anything else?
No, I
Surely
watched
you've
some
watched
other
something
stuff.
else.
I have watched other stuff, but
I'm trying to see if I've
whatever.
watched anything worth talking about, but you like the way, way back.
I did but I haven't seen that in a while either.
Yeah, that's the second time I've seen it. I saw it when it first came out. I was looking for like a summer movie, you
hmm
know, and that's does get much more summery than that. Water
I
park, summer vacation.
yeah, that'll do it. I did
I liked it.
I did watch a movie that popped up on Hulu called All My Friends Hate Me. It
Oh, it's
is
a biopic.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's this guy's birthday and they all go to this other friend's big like mansion house for a party and every all his friends are treating him really something's weird. Like they're kind of being dicks to him.
Sure.
Passive aggressive at the very least. And he like thinks everybody's out to get him. And by the end of the movie, after everything is said and done, pretty much what the whole point is like his girlfriend says to him, "You just need to learn how to take a fucking joke." Like
So, is this like a comedy or a suspense or what is this?
it's like a dark comedy. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's
So they're
kind of
just
some,
goofing on him?
yeah, like they it's when you look at it on the surface, it's they kind of are treating him
Sure.
in a dickish way, but there's a purpose behind it, and he creates this illusion in his head that they're out to get him,
Yeah.
and but by the end of it, you're like, okay, maybe this guy can't take a joke. Maybe it is supposed to be
Sure.
funny.
That's
It's
interesting. I mean,
yeah, it's not really. It is. I don't know. It was an interesting watch.
I treat my handful of friends like dicks, you know? That's how
Yeah,
yeah, that's, if we're friends, I'm gonna fucking roast you, talk shit.
yeah, and I think maybe that's the point is that he's the guy that can't take the jokes. So
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. I only do that with people I'm comfortable with, so
right, like it sounds. Maybe I'm not explaining it very well, but it when you watch it,
yeah.
it's
I'm
just
kind
like
of
it's a
intrigued by
weird
that.
watch. It's a weird watch.
Between
But
that and the beta test, you really covered
yeah,
all
covered
your ground.
all my yeah, I did. Well, I got to watch the beta test because it's old Jim Cummings.
The beta test.
It has nothing to do with that either.
I know, it's just funny. I saw that pop up like, oh, Nick watched and rated the beta test. Or
It's just
Brian and Nick want to watch how to have sex to their watch list or something like that. Just funny shit like
it's just like
that.
a word ruined by fucking losers.
Yeah. Alpha, beta.
Alpha.
I like what I've seen from Jim Cummy though.
Yeah, beta test is probably my least favorite, but that's not to say it's not good. It's
Is
definitely
that
the most like
has he just done those
mainstream
three
story.
movies?
Yeah, he did a lot of
Okay.
short films, but those are the main movies
Okay.
he's done.
So I need to watch that then because he's 2 for 2 for me. I actually
Hmm.
that wolf one kind of grew on me after I was done watching it.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
because when I was
Yeah.
watching, I'm like, this is just kind of whatever. But then some of the shit that they say in there, like the dialogue is pretty good.
Well, yeah, and the whole climax scene is pretty chilling.
Cannot believe Jim Cummings was in Halloween Kills or
Oh
whatever that was
God.
when he's the
Hol-
cop in the flashback
yeah,
scene.
that was that was a real razzer.
Strange. Thomas Mann and Jim Cummings.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, well, those are the best guys we could get for a Halloween recreation.
There's definitely he's got a certain style, and he kind of does the same thing in this one, but
I need to watch
he's kind
that.
of a dick. He's not kind of a dick. He is a dick in it, but it
He's just
works
kind of
well.
got that vibe to him. Yeah, like I feel like he can do that. He could do that character pretty well. It's kind of like the
Yeah,
smart ass, you know.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's good. It's good.
Interesting. Where'd you watch that?
I think that one was on Hulu too.
Okay, okay.
So Hulu. Anything else you watched or
Nothing probably worth talking about. Yeah, I mean, there's some bullshit in there. Ooh, woof.
let me see. Let me take a look here.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know what though? That Anna Faris movie was really good. Stoner film.
It looks funny.
I've always like scrolled, like I've seen that on streaming shit forever,
Uh-huh.
but I'm like, she kind of annoys me, so I'm like, I don't know, but it's probably one of the best portrayals of someone being stoned I've ever seen in a movie. Like the whole
I
time she's just fucking blazed and like she's got the munchies. It's pretty fucking good.
well, I was looking at the cast too, and there's a bunch of people in
A
it.
lot of people. John Cho,
Um,
baby.
yeah, John Cho, Brian Posan.
Yeah, just kind of one of those weird like it's got a
I've
strange vibe to it.
yeah, I've never seen a Greg Araki film, but he,
No, I
I know he's
really
in the
like that.
Criterion Closet recently.
Yeah, I really thought that was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's just like one of those kind of stoner kind of road movies, but she's not really driving. She's just like hitchhiking all over.
have to check it out. I don't think I heard about it before you posted that you watched it.
Gotta watch all my stoner films.
Yeah, gotta
What do you
get
think about her?
it.
Sometimes I see her and I'm like, man, she's pretty bad. And then other
I
times I'm like, she's
know,
just kind of odd.
but then I think of Cindy Campbell, like in the scary
Yeah,
movie films, and I'm like, uh,
yeah, I know.
I'm
She
sure
was in
she's
The
not at all
Dictator
like
too with
that.
she's in The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen. She's got like short hair and she just looks like she's got BO.
I mean,
Honestly though, like in
she's
this
definitely
movie,
attractive.
yeah, in this movie I was like kind of into her. I'm like, oh, kind of like a, you know, kind of a lazy stoner chick who's just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
John Krasinski looks ridiculous in it.
Yeah, geeky glasses.
Yeah, he looks like Dwight.
It was a odd movie, man. Talk about something you should watch with an altered mind. That would be it.
Well, like schizophrenia?
Oh, yeah, schizophrenia or substances or something.
Schizophrenia.
Oh,
Ugh.
man, a little dry.
Well, some trailers came out, I suppose.
Trailers, they got any news or anything? James
Um,
Cameron's expertise on underwater exploration.
yeah, yeah. I've gone down the Titanic 33 times. I calculate I've been on the Titanic longer than the captain was.
He's fucking annoying.
I don't think so.
I think he's aggravating. And what he said
He's
about testosterone. Did you see what he said about like testosterone's like toxic or something? He's a
okay.
fucking
Now,
beta
now,
boy.
now I get why you don't like him.
And anti-men.
Oh my fucking god!
Just shut up and make the fucking movies.
Just shut
Fucking
up
make
and just shut up and implode your own sub.
get to work on fucking Avatar 20.
I'm sure he's been working on it.
Oh,
God, you are
I
the
like
most
his.
sensitive
No,
person.
I'm not. I like him as a film. Dude, I love Titanic. I love Terminator. Just shut up.
You don't think that ego drove that psycho down to the depths of the ocean in a GameCube controller
No, I
sub?
mean that's what happens when you've got so much money you don't know what else to do with it.
Yeah, and you don't listen to the experts.
Look, don't get me. Look, I would never get in a fucking submarine,
Yeah,
and
no
I've always said
shit.
that even before that shit. So I don't
Just
like submarines. I don't like helicopters.
just imagine that you die so fast you get turned into a mist, just like a
Oh yeah,
smoothie.
yeah. I mean that's
It's a
honestly, I was
horrifying
thinking about
thought.
it was probably like they didn't even know what happened.
No,
But
no,
um,
unless like something cracked and they had like a split second to be like, "What was
yeah,
that?"
I just thought that right away when they start talking about like submarines gone missing. Like they ain't even finding that shit. You knew right
Oh
away that
yeah.
those people were done for.
Well, and now they're saying that they heard a sound of what could have been the implosion like earlier in the week, and it's like
Right.
they've been gone for a while.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Even if I had that type of money, man, I
No
could just
way.
boot up that fucking Disney Ghosts of the Titanic, whatever that one is. I could watch it in high def right on my couch. You know.
No way. No way my little brother's taking the chili ring.
Rex, I think you might be right. I might be getting a little gay.
I might be getting gay. You've
Oh,
never had a girlfriend. That's how guys wind up getting gay.
oh shit.
Oh
But yeah,
my
that was
god.
crazy. Anyways, whatever.
What were we talking? Oh, news and trailers.
Yeah. Titanic 2
Oh,
coming soon.
oh god. I wonder how quickly they'll put out a biopic about this or a doc or
Probably.
something.
I'm sure they'll make everybody in the submarine. Uh, Never mind.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
No comment.
I don't really want to talk about these trailers. Let's just
No, we gotta talk about trailers. We gotta come on. This is a serious. We got to get back on the wagon here. This is serious news, serious film discussion. No more half-assed shit. All right.
185 episodes in. Now we're finally trying.
Now we've lost all the viewer or the listeners we had, but now we're gonna try. We need a new logo, new color scheme. We need a lot of new
Yeah,
things.
mature. We need to
I've
mature it.
honestly thought about Um, just like totally like rebranding, not being the cinema scumbags because it's not appealing at all, at
I
all.
mean, if you want to.
I don't know. It's just something I thought like it was funny 8 years ago when we had like feuds and shit, but now it just comes off as like ugh. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Like if I was an actor or a filmmaker and somebody asked me if I wanted to be on their podcast and it was called the Cinema Scumbags, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I politely
I mean,
decline.
people agree to go and eat hot wings, and that's fine.
That's true.
Maybe we're okay. You're a little out of focus, bud. A little out of focus.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
There we go. Oh
at least it was
God.
quicker than last time.
I'm buying a new webcam. That's the next fucking purchase. God. Fucking ridiculous. Got this nice setup and this jank ass fucking camera that doesn't even work.
Well, anyway, we had a few trailers. We had the new Ethan Cohen film, Drive Away Dolls. What was your thought on this since it has women leads?
I'm so sick of that fucking stupid mindset that I don't like women-led films after I just talked about an Anna Faris-led film. So shove that up your ass, all right? Shove it up your ass. My
So what
favorite
are your
movie of all
thoughts?
time is directed by a woman. Hey, Penis Marshall. Um,
Can't even
I
give
don't
her her
know.
due. You can't even say her name right.
I like the Coens. This just doesn't do much for me. Not because they're chicks, but
Look, you don't have to tell me anything unless you're
I
feeling
don't.
guilty about something.
Oh, another lesbian film. I don't like her accent. She's hot.
Another straight film coming out. It's just, oh, God.
Not everything's got to be gay.
Why do you always think about it?
I, I don't want to turn this into a Ben Shapiro podcast, but I'll
Oh,
just bite my
thank
tongue.
God. Sounds like a fucking Animal Crossing
Oh,
character.
I'm a big fan of that guy. We'll just leave it at that.
Ew. God. Well, we lost the women in our audience.
There was not, anyways.
Yeah, Drive Away Dolls. I mean, doesn't. I don't know. I would check it out,
Whatever.
but it's not
Whatever she says in
No
that
Country
trailer.
for Old Men.
So this is what it's like being a lesbian in the 21st century. Whatever she says. Whatever. Okay.
I bet you hated it when he asked her what they were. She's like, Democrats.
Oh, I don't think I even made it that far in the trailer. No, I definitely didn't. I didn't
I
see
mean, that's
that.
not the context of it. I think
Oh,
it was like a joke, but
I don't
it
fuck
wasn't
with
like,
that.
oh, what political party are you? It was not like that. It was,
I don't
what?
fuck with that Democratic shit. I drink my Black Rifle coffee and I like straight people.
Ugh. You won't see me set foot in Target.
You know what? I'm drinking fruity cereal coffee for Pride Month, so shove it
Hey,
up your ass.
hey. No better way to support the gays than drinking fruity coffee.
I love everybody. No, you know what? Whatever. I might watch it. Nothing that's going to be on my radar, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. What about Priscilla? Is Priscilla going to be on your radar?
No. What? Like, why do we need a movie about her?
She did a lot.
Okay. Who's
I don't know
directing
what
that?
I don't
Sofia
know what she
Coppola?
I don't know what she did.
Me either.
uh, she got she got fucked by Elvis as an underage girl, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean,
Jeez. Whole led to a whole lot of great scenarios for her getting fucked by Elvis.
I guess it's based on her actual memoir, but
Um, I like some of the stuff from
Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah, I
Lost
agree.
in Translation's good. I like the
Virgin
Virgin
Suicides is
Suicides.
pretty good.
I've always wanted to watch Marie Antoinette just because
Yeah,
Kirsten looks fucking hot. But
yeah. I like the Beguiled. Beguiled is good.
yeah, I've heard good things, probably from you.
I don't know. I can't think of what else she's done though. I don't think I've seen anything else.
I
Perhaps
mean,
not.
the Bling Ring. All you need to watch is those clips of Emma Watson being the slut, and that's probably enough.
I don't need to watch the story of rich
Yeah,
kids stealing from rich people.
no, I mean there's plenty of clips out there. You could see Emma Watson dancing in the nightclub, and that's the best part of the movie probably.
And how?
And how? What is your account number?
7.
7.
I ate. Sound like it hurt.
Got a little phlegm. Oh. Yeah, you like Lost in Translation? That's a good movie.
I do, yeah.
Wouldn't mind. I need to revisit that one. I
Well,
watched
they
that one night when I was working third shift, and it just kind of like, damn, it's pretty good.
well they just announced it's coming to 4K.
Ooh,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
interesting.
Yep. Did you watch the trailer for Dumb Money?
I did only because Brian sent it to me. Otherwise, I would have never watched it. Never would have
Yeah,
skipped right over it.
he sent it to me and I still didn't watch it.
Whoever that chick was that said Brian likes everything, I think I agree with her.
Yeah, he finds the positive in everything.
Brian, if you see Brian give like a 2-star on a movie, then it must really
Yeah,
suck.
but it probably hurt him to do it too. That's why he just
Sorry
doesn't
about that,
rate those
editor.
ones. He just rates the
Thanks,
ones he doesn't.
producer.
He just doesn't rate the ones he doesn't like
Um, you know,
because he
I
knows
didn't know.
everybody on a personal level now. All
He
the
is
directors and actors and.
Mr. Celebrity. He does press junkets.
This is me during a press junket.
This is me during a press junket. Uh, um, uh,
So what was it like making the movie?
Dumb Money. Yeah, Paul D. Um, I swore in that clip that he sent that was Olivia Thirlby, but I looked it up and I don't see her in the cast anywhere. So maybe I'm just
I thought I
imagining shit.
saw her too.
I swear that was her, but I don't see her linked to that movie at all. So, I don't know.
What?
I like Paul,
There's like this
but
thing now with making movies about very obscure real life
yeah, Paul.
scenarios.
I don't like Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's whatever. Vincent
Uh,
D'Onofrio.
yeah, Dane DeHaan though.
Oh, Seth Rogen, great.
Green Goblin, baby.
Yeah,
The real Green Goblin.
Paul Dano, the Riddler. Like what?
Oh, oh.
Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier. Like it's all connected now. Everything is connected to
I'm
those
kind of
freaking
with you though. Like,
movies.
do we need like? I don't know.
Look, Blackberry was a pretty solid little movie, funny little movie. Do we need to
Yeah,
know how the Blackberry was made? No,
no, definitely not. I
but
don't know. This is one
whatever.
that once it's out, it's streaming somewhere some night, I'll be bored and I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I just have not had the good films yet. The good film trailers.
No, but I swear that I saw Olivia Thirlby, and
I swear
like I
I saw
said,
her too.
I don't see her link to that movie. So
Maybe I don't know. Very strange because I swear to God I saw her.
yeah, me too.
What
I
do we
like her. That's
know?
why I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh, Olivia, and then I couldn't find her in the cast.
Ooh, cake.
Ooh, cake. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus.
Sorry, Jesus.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah,
well,
whatever.
yeah, whatever. That's the synopsis for trailers this week.
Oh, that shitty Lion movie.
Craven the
Raven.
Cunter.
Ugh,
Who cares?
boring.
Like usually when I watch one of those superhero trailers, I'm just like, whatever. But this one, I was like, God, this looks bad. Like
Yeah, I
bad, like
mean,
bad.
I don't ever even watch those trailers, so that just reminded
Yeah,
me why I don't.
yeah, exactly. Shall we jump into our topic of discussion?
Sure, kick it off.
Sure. Well, as we were saying, we're going to be talking about movie endings. Favorite endings, best endings, endings we like. Just,
Would like to say before we get into it, it's impossible to cover all the great ones. This is
oh, for
this could
sure.
be a limitless
Well,
topic.
let me ask, what makes a good ending? Is it twist? Is it
Well,
satisfaction? Is
I
it
was actually going to present the same question to you. What do you look for in a, do you like when, because there's multiple different ways that a movie can wrap up. Do you like when the answers are given to us
I
straightforward?
I like both, but I do
Yeah,
like ambiguous endings
so do I.
where you're
It's
kind
left up
of
to the viewer.
presented, yeah, you're kind of presented with a solution, but it's not 100% certain how it's going to go.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that because there's plenty from both types of examples that I really love. But I do like when, like you said, we're kind of presented with a few different things that might point us in a certain direction, but ultimately it's left up to
yeah,
the viewer to kind of, use their
I
imagination a little
yeah,
bit.
I don't like being completely blind. I
Yeah,
like a little bit. I don't need everything, but just something.
sure. And of course, it all depends on, the context of the film up to that point too.
Hmm.
But I've had plenty of movies that have been made or broken by, an ending.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. A lot of the times, the ending will help me
sure.
solidify a rating or how I feel about a movie, and
Right. And I was even kind of going
sometimes,
through and looking at my all-time favorites, and yeah, I mean, like, oh, I love this ending, love this ending, love this ending. I mean, that kind of makes a movie.
mhm,
I've watched movies before where the ending sucks, and I'm just like, man,
man, that could have taken it from here to here instead of
yeah,
here, and oh,
very
that ending was
true,
great. It took it from here to here.
very true, very true.
Yeah, like I don't want to rely on an ending to save a movie, but sometimes it does.
It definitely does, and it can ruin a film.
Yeah. So I do have a list here. It's Vulture 101 best movie endings of all time. I'm gonna skip through a lot of them just because if we haven't seen them, can't talk about them. But we also have our own lists where we'll name off some that we personally like, and we can just talk about them if they come up in this list as well.
Sure.
So let's start out here, skipping 101, getting right to number 100, Grizzly Man.
Ooh, this is the
So the Werner Herzog,
Herzog. Yeah, that's right.
the Werner Herzog. Um,
Um,
I
the
guess the
guy that
ending is
have you seen
okay.
this?
So obviously, just so everybody knows, I think I said it before. Spoilers heavily. Like if you don't want to
Right.
know endings to movies, fuck off. But
Yeah, this this is a discussion of the way these movies wrap up, and most
um,
of them are going to be old, so you probably have seen them or you know how they end.
yeah, I have seen this, and what do you think about old? What's his name? the Timothy Treadwell.
Okay, I watched this one time because to me it's not something that's got a like a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
Um, Super interesting though.
Hmm.
Um,
A little background. It. Timothy Treadwell was this, I guess you could say, like environmentalist that
sure.
went and hung out with and grew relationships with bears. Very big
Yep.
into the conservation of bears and growing relationships with them.
And he would
A lot of
kind of set up his camera and document
yeah,
it, talk to his
yeah,
camera.
yeah. A lot of
Um,
people thought he was crazy for it, and
sure. And ultimately, his passion led to his demise, much
yeah,
like
as expected.
Steve Irwin or something. But
Yeah, I mean you can't ever know how a wild animal's gonna
sure.
react.
Although Steve Irwin's death is pretty lame. Like, it would have been cooler if he got his head bitten off or something.
Yeah, he just got poked in the heart.
Yeah, I mean, like a fucking stingray, all those snakes and spiders and alligators and shit, and a stingray, man, it's whack.
Uh, that being said, I would not want to be stabbed in the heart.
No, that's true. Like barb right through the chest. But
Uh,
Grizzly Man is. I like that. I like those sort of kind of nature An interesting look at like wildlife and
Hmm.
an up close look at bears and shit, which you don't really see.
Yeah, but for those that don't know, he and his girlfriend were out hanging out with the bears again. The camera was set up for audio. The lens cap was not taken off, but there's audio of him and his girlfriend just being murdered, devoured,
It's chilling.
killed. And I think the chilling part of it, which is what this is depicting as the ending, is when Werner Herzog listens to the recording on video and he tells, I think it was Treadwell's friend or maybe like an ex girlfriend or something, you must never listen to this. You must destroy this tape.
Fuck.
Nobody can ever listen to this. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of sends chills down your spine. They don't show anything, which I think kind of
Right.
works better
It
to,
does. It does.
and I don't think that footage will ever come out,
Nope.
but it's definitely a chilling ending to what
There's
you
just
could only
something.
hope would have been a good ending.
Yeah. There's just something kind of like I don't know. A guy who's so passionate about being out there with the bears, and
Yeah,
that ultimately is his what takes him out.
yeah, poetic.
Not to be like I don't know, not to put a spin on it, but it's almost kind of poetic in a way.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, I agree.
That is a
Yeah.
good movie though.
Yeah, it's it's all over the place, I think. I mean, you can find it on a lot of streaming platforms. It's a solid little documentary, solid
I've
little
got my
watch.
Herzog box set right there.
Is it in there?
I don't think that movie's in there.
I wonder if that's just like theatrical stuff.
Yeah, that was one of those. Got that on a price glitch for like $10.
Oh,
One of
that's
one of my
right.
best scores.
That was crazy. I remember
Yeah.
that. Skipping a little ways, we're going to number 93. Another round. Thomas Vinterberg.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's see, I would have never thought to even discuss that in this topic, but once you bring it up, hell
It's
yeah.
jarring. I don't know. Is it jarring or is it?
It's kind of, kind of. I
Yeah.
remember watching that and be like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
Like, is he
All of a
actually? Is it
sudden,
in his head or is it
I
like
don't
to
know.
express his feel? Okay, so
And I love that scene. I love that movie.
yeah, another round is a Danish film. It stars Mads Mikkelsen, and he and his friends basically go on like this excursion to be consistently drunk.
Yeah, they're teachers,
Yeah, they're
right?
teachers, and they're like, we're gonna keep at a level of drunk to where we can function, but we
Yeah,
want to feel.
I just want to take the edge off a little bit and keep kind of at that perfect level.
Yeah, because they're consistently stressed. All in all, it eventually leads to Mads Mikkelsen breaking out into a dance like
It's
this.
weird. I think it is kind of jarring.
Like if you're not prepared for it,
Yeah.
it could definitely take you out of it. Surprisingly,
What
I
a
don't think it.
night. What a beautiful, beautiful ride. I mean,
It
it's
did.
fucking
It didn't
great.
take me out. I'll say that.
No, I
But
was just, I remember even watching and be like, I like this, but it's strange.
yeah, yeah, agreed. Very interesting ending.
Did
Um,
you see? It didn't even occur to me that that might be like something in his head. I just thought it was kind of him succumbing to the, hey, you know what? I like having a drink.
Maybe,
What it
maybe
is,
he
you know?
literally did it.
Yeah,
But maybe it was just like an expression of how he was feeling inside.
yeah.
Who
I like
knows?
that ending though. It's a great
Yeah,
dance.
but he was a dancer too, which is what's interesting.
Great, great film.
If
They were, I,
you
I thought they were
like that
remaking that
one,
for an American audience.
oh God, why? If you like
I
that though,
thought
you
so.
should watch The Hunt. The
I do
Hunt
need to
is
see that.
fucking
He's
good.
really, he's grown on me. I like him a lot as an actor.
Yeah, me too. Skipping through. I don't know if this is on your list. It wasn't on mine, I don't think, but number 85, First Reformed.
It wasn't. No, this is interesting because when I was kind of putting together my favorites, it's like older stuff,
Yeah.
just stuff that I've always kind of thought of. But
I
um,
like this ending,
Interesting.
but I think my problem is I wish it went a different direction.
Yeah, and I need to revisit this. I've seen it that one time, and I definitely the ending sticks with you. It's kind of like, whoa,
Hmm.
you know,
I
you
mean,
don't know
it's
which way it's going.
Ethan Hawke is a priest questioning his faith, and he gets involved with this couple that are, once again, environmentalists that are trying to enact change. And eventually, Ethan Hawke's character starts to kind of follow what they've been doing, and he's like, I need to do something rash. I need to do something rash to make people aware.
Sure.
And he almost bombs the church, but then
I need to rewatch this.
he has like an epiphany, and he starts putting like
That's right.
he puts barbed wire on his body, and he
That's right.
is gonna drink bleach, but then Amanda Seyfried's character comes in, and like
That's right.
he has a moment of, we're gonna make out instead.
Yeah, don't they dance or something? What? Yeah, there's like some
No, they just kiss. Like it's
they
like a long
kiss. Okay.
kiss. Yeah, like a long
God, that's
kiss.
weird. I need to rewatch that.
There's the part in the middle of the movie where they're like hallucinating, and it's
Yeah, because that I
but
remember when that's not what the direction I thought that movie was
no,
gonna go.
definitely not. It's again kind of a jarring
It
ending.
is.
I think it would have been more effective if he did blow up the church, but
Yeah,
um
that was just
it
kind of a
kind
dark film. I
hmm
Paul Schrader, right?
yeah, his that came out after that, The Card Counter, is kind of the same.
Hmm.
It's kind of the same thing. Oscar Isaac's like this disturbed guy, and it's pretty good too, but I
I'm
think I
excited
like
for
first
that
one more.
hardcore Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That's gonna be cool. But
Hardcore.
that dude, some of the artwork for that movie, there's like one where it's just like, oh my God, that's my. Have you seen that? Oh my
Yeah, oh
God,
my
that's my
god, that's my
daughter.
daughter.
What a fucking shitty cover.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, like you bringing up First Reformed, yeah, I think that's a good point of discussion. That's very kind of shocking, and I
Mm,
remember that sticking with me. So I would like to go back and
hmm.
revisit that. That and the suicide scene.
Oh,
Didn't someone
that
blow their head
is,
off? Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
the husband. The
That's
husband.
right. Just
It's
snow.
like,
It's just like a snowy, depressing movie.
yeah, it is.
My favorite.
Very cryptic. But that's why I like it.
Hell
Paul
yeah.
Schrader is just a fucked up guy. He's
He
got
is. Well, like, what's going on in his head? Shit.
a lot of dark thoughts.
A lot of dark thoughts.
Travis Bickle was a biographical film.
You know, I think Martin Scorsese should go out with a Taxi Driver sequel.
Okay.
Think about
That is
80-year-old
what
Travis Bickle.
Martin Scorsese's death would not be one on this list of best endings if that was the case.
I don't even know if the end of Taxi Driver's real or not. Who knows? That's a weird fucking ending too.
Yeah, I mean they
Because
parallel each other a bit.
I don't know how when you watch that movie, it's like how the fuck would he ever survive that escapade at
Yeah,
the end? You know?
yeah, yeah. Well, skipping down a little bit, number 81, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, okay.
You like this
What
movie?
happens in this ending? I like the
he
movie. It's just
he
I've
gets
never
out.
like it's never been a favorite. Okay.
Get
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's like on
talking on the
vacation.
phone. Yeah, he's
That's
talking on
right.
the phone with Clarice.
That's
He's
right.
like, "I'm having an old friend for dinner,"
That's right. I knew that.
and then he just walks off into the crowd, and the shot
Yeah.
just lingers on it.
That is kind of spooky when you think about it. He's back in the wild, and we've got this
Yeah,
unhinged creep.
yeah,
Yeah, that's again something else I would have never thought of, but makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
I really
It's
like the scene in that movie where Jodie gets the jizz on her face. It's really great.
yeah. I didn't really care for that movie the first time I saw it, but I love it now.
It's one that like I've always liked. I've never really, I don't know. I've never felt like that. Man, I love this movie, but I know it's
Yeah,
really good and I like it. But again, like I've never bought the Criterion for it.
yeah, yeah. I did finally, but
Yeah, it is good though.
Yeah. All right, let's see. This is an interesting pick. Number 74, Inglorious Bastards.
Hmm. In reference
Well,
to the movie theater burning down?
I guess in reference to Quentin Tarantino literally saying, "I think this is my masterpiece" at the end of the
Oh,
movie,
shit. Um,
which is ballsy but douchey at the same time.
which makes me think of that video where uh, I think only God forgives is a master, or only God forgives is a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece. Fucking
I
douchebag.
think, oh God, what I think, I think Drive is a masterpiece.
Yeah,
It is a
and it
masterpiece.
is a
It's
masterpiece.
just like every time Friedkin says something, he's got to cut in. He's like, "We won't know about Drive for another 30 years." He's like,
That's
30
funny.
seconds.
And it is a masterpiece.
I
Um,
made Drive about 4 years ago. 4 years is a blip. It's a pimple. It's a zit on the asshole of
yeah,
humanity.
like talk about a guy who's so far up his own ass, you know.
Which is funny because Friedkin is too.
But yeah, but I mean, God, The Exorcist is way better than anything that dope's done. Okay, what
Yeah.
were we talking about?
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, okay.
Quentin Tarantino proudly shouting out that this is my masterpiece through the mouth of Brad Pitt.
That's the yeah.
Have
I
you ever
guess
thought of that?
no, no, never have. And this again wouldn't have been something I would even consider on like the greatest endings, but I do love the movie. I think it's one of his best, if not his my favorite
It's
from his.
it's my favorite too. But
Yeah,
yeah, I guess the connection is Brad Pitt carves the swastika into his head and he's like, "This is my masterpiece," while at the same time Tarantino saying, "This is my masterpiece film."
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
yeah,
annoying.
interesting, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love that movie, but like I said, it just wouldn't have been something I would consider on like a greatest endings.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these lists have kind of thoughts like this.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's a good discussion because, wouldn't have even thought to mention that.
yeah. Um, phew. Number 73, Grave of the Fireflies. I
Never
almost
seen this.
hesitate to talk about this because you haven't seen it, but
That's okay. Go ahead.
it is fucking depressing. It's Studio Ghibli, but probably their most
Enough
depressing
said.
movie. Yeah. Um, Basically, it's these two siblings running around in World War II Japan, which obviously was not a good place to be. Um,
Sounds fun.
yeah, exactly. But basically, the last bit of it is the little girl dies just as her brother uses the last of their money to get her some food, and the final shot of their spirits sitting together overlooking the rebuilt contemporary cityscape of Kobe, where they used to live, is just the saddest look forward imaginable.
Yeah, that sounds like a downer.
Yeah, so they go through
Whew.
this city being rebuilt, and there's just nothing for them, so they die. It's
Yeah, that's sounds uplifting.
yeah, Grave of the Fireflies is
I need to watch that. That is one that I need to see.
it's a good one. Oh my god. Okay, so this is funny. Number 71, Cachet. I literally watched this yesterday. it's
Oh
a
yeah, I saw that.
it's a Michel Haneke film, which is he's kind of a polarizing subject. This one, this is one I did not
That
love
sounds
the ending.
cool.
It's good for the most part, but it's like we were talking about earlier with endings that give you something. This one kind of left
Sure.
me like, what is this? I don't get it. I don't get what it was all supposed to mean. Basically, it's about this couple, and they're being sent videotapes of basically somebody just filming their house. Um,
I like that premise.
yeah, it started out really solid, but by the end, it's like, why did the person do this?
So you
Why
don't do you really not get like an answer to that?
you do? Because the guy ends up meeting up with the guy that is sending the tapes, and he's like, I don't understand why he's doing this, because when they were young, his family took in this kid. He was like an immigrant.
Okay.
His family was
Okay.
taken away, and they bring him in and kind of adopt him,
Okay.
but the main guy is like, I don't like him. He makes up a story to basically get the kid sent away.
Sure.
So like this child care, maybe like
I
foster
see.
system comes and gets the kid and takes him away, and he's got a grudge, and
So
he,
it's like, him getting revenge, I guess.
in a way, yeah, which
Okay.
nothing really comes from it other than the fact that he kills himself.
Oh, see, this sounded cooler before you started. Like it sounded like a kind of like a horror movie or something.
It kind of starts out that way.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thriller.
Hmm.
It's a I've remembered though that I had seen the scene where he kills himself before, and it's pretty gnarly. Like
How does he do it?
he
Oh.
slices his neck, and like it just shoots
Ugh.
up onto the
Ugh.
wall. Yeah,
Gross.
it's pretty gnarly. But I
Man.
just okay. So here's what it says. Haneke gives us just enough to set our mind wandering down paths. Is this their first meeting, or do they have a pre-existing relationship? And if they haven't just met, could they be the ones making the tapes? And if they are behind the tapes, why do they do it? So he gives you some, but not enough to
Sure.
like
Kind of
really
like
know
what we were
what's.
talking about, where you
Yeah,
have some information, but you can kind of
exactly,
decipher it.
exactly, exactly.
Interesting.
I would still watch it though. Like
Yeah.
it's a pretty good movie. It's pretty solid, good little
It's a pretty high
thriller.
ratings.
Yeah, I know.
Got a
That's why I wanted to check it out.
4.1 average.
That's why I wanted to check it out. Maybe I need to go through like reviews and see if they explain it a little bit.
See, okay, this is like I haven't seen this movie, but I know about it. And when you were describing it, I thought oh, it kind of sounds like that Funny Games. Same director. Had no clue.
Yeah, yeah, same director.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, he does some pretty fucked up movies.
He likes disturbing home invasion sort of films.
Yeah, they also kill a chicken on camera too, which is fucking gross. But
Hmm.
it's just like
Cannibal Holocaust action.
its head is cut off and it's just flailing around and
Well, think about that next time you're scarfing down Raising Cane's, all right?
no. As long as I don't see where it comes from. That's pretty good actually.
It does. I could go for some strips.
Some strips. Number 70, American Graffiti.
Oh, I think we might have been talking about this last week when our
I think
episode
so.
got fucking dismantled, but
The
jarring,
Yeah,
jarring.
I mean, first sentence of this description: John was killed by a drunk driver.
Yeah,
Terry went MIA in Vietnam.
it's so depressing.
Yeah,
I watched this for the first time probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, and yeah, when it's like a Dazed and Confused of that era, or whenever it's
hmm
supposed to be the 50s or the 60s or whatever, but um, yeah, when that kind of pops up at the end, you're like, fuck.
yeah.
It's not happy at all. It's just
No,
kind
it's
of,
not.
a lot of movies do that where, okay, this is what happens to the characters, but the way it's presented in American Graffiti is just kind of spooky. It's like their pictures just pop up and it's like a little blurb about them.
Yeah, it's like so not insincere, but
Yeah,
it's just like this is what
this is what
happened.
happened. Yeah. Interesting because, again, not something I would have thought, but now that you bring it up, yeah.
hmm
Especially for a
Yeah,
movie like that to have such an ending.
yeah. It's like, oh, the last day of high school or whatever. They're going off
Yeah.
and living their
Yeah.
lives, and oh no,
That'd be like
sorry.
watch a Dazed and Confused, and at the end, like Wiley Wiggins' picture pops up. He died. Mitch died in a car crash or some bullshit. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? Car crash.
I hate that car.
American Graffiti. I like that movie a lot, though. It's very cool. Very well done.
Yeah,
Richard
yeah.
Dreyfuss.
Number 63, The Wicker Man.
The original? I guess
Yeah,
both.
yeah. Yeah, well,
Um,
yeah, the original though. I
I've never
haven't
seen the
seen
remake.
I haven't either, but I love the original.
That was a disturbing movie. Yeah.
Fucking bizarre movie.
Very, very bizarre. Just kind of the whole vibe of that. I don't remember it too well. It's something I've only seen once, but you're
It's
just kind of trying to figure out what's going on the whole time. Like I don't know.
Creepy Island. I'm very. I mean, you can tell that Ari Aster like used it as
Midsummer.
inspiration for
Yep.
Midsummer.
Yep.
Like they just break into singing every once in a while. There's like this sexual song where they're singing to each other between the rooms, and
Yeah. That was a
but
weird movie, man.
it was yeah. I was surprised that I liked it as much as I
Yeah.
did, but
Well,
it
what is the premise? Like, again, it's been a while since I watched it, but aren't they doing like a
he's
ceremony or something in that town? That's the whole.
yeah, like the cop is he goes to the island to find a missing girl,
Okay.
and it and um they just want to burn him as a
Yeah.
sacrifice to
It is jarring for sure.
that whole ending though is cryptic. You just
Yeah.
wheel him up to the wooden wicker man and just burn him alive inside of it.
Yeah, that's again a good thing to bring up. I've actually heard that remake's okay, but I just don't like Nicolas Cage.
I've heard it's one of the worst movies ever.
No, really? Maybe I'm tripping
Y-
then.
Yeah,
Oh, I must
yeah.
just see making shit up. I always thought people kind of liked that, but let me see.
Mm,
No, you're
yeah.
probably right. No, you're
Yeah, I
probably
don't think
right.
it's the one where he's like, ah, the
Yeah,
bees.
dude, there's some good people in that too, aside from Nick Cage.
I don't even know who's in it.
Ellen Burt, what's the chick from Exorcist? Ellen
Oh, Alan
Burstyn,
Burstyn.
Burston.
Burston.
Francis Conroy, great Ruth Fisher from 6 Feet Under.
Jeez, yeah. Good cast. Good
Wow,
cast.
dude, Nick Cage sucks, man.
Yeah, he's not good.
Talked about, I do not understand like the whole cult following for Nicolas Cage. Even his, real serious, Leaving Las Vegas. I didn't think
Hmm.
was very good.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Who fucking knows?
Good call, baby doll.
Ugh. Gross. All right, number 60. This one is actually in my list. It's called Waltz with Bashir. It is a documentary about. Okay, documentary uses animation to contend with the effects of guilt and the slipperiness of memory. It's about somebody growing up during the 1982 Lebanon War. Um, it kind of tells the story in an animated way. Well, it is animated. It's an animated movie. But
Sure.
the part that is really jarring about it is at the very, very end, it cuts to real life footage of the war, people dying, people dead.
So the whole movie's animated, and then the end is like
Yeah.
real shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I've
It's
never even heard of that, but just based on that description, I it makes sense to me. That sounds kind of like whoa.
yeah,
I'd be like, what the
very
fuck?
yeah, very powerful shit. It just yes, captivating. Real it's real good. I mean, not
Okay.
something you're going to want to watch all the time. Depressing documentary, but
I mean, that just sounds like a. Imagine watching an animated movie, and then in the end, it's like real life sad footage.
yeah, just like a mom, just like begging, "Oh,
God,
why us? Why us?" While her
uplifting.
dead kid is crushed under a pile of
Oh,
blown up buildings.
oh, real nice.
Yeah, yeah, not great, not fun. Oh, okay. This one I think is going to be on both of our lists. Number 56, The Blair Witch Project.
Yes, that is on my list. Um, I was wondering if that was going to be on this list because I think that is definitely one of the most polarizing endings, and just films in general. Blair
Agreed,
Witch
yeah.
Project is either you either
You don't
really
get
love it, think
it.
it's genius, yeah,
Hmm.
which I think me and you both think that that's upper echelon of horror
Hmm.
films,
Hmm.
or you have the people that go, I don't like the camera moving. We didn't see anything.
Yeah, we don't see anything. That's the point.
That is the point. And look, I understand that criticism. I get that, Like I can understand why somebody would watch it. I've shown people that movie and they haven't liked it before. Rips my heart out because I think it's
Yeah,
genius. But
yeah,
you don't see a lot. The ending is very like, what the fuck? Especially, which happens with a lot of people when they're watching that. They're not paying attention to the beginning of the movie when they're interviewing the people.
yeah,
I swear to God,
yeah.
I've shown like 5 people the Blair Witch Project, and they always go, "What?" What was
It's
that?
because they don't see it
No,
visually. They're not listening.
no. And now, if I'm showing it to somebody, I say, "Hey, pay attention to this part at the beginning
Yeah.
when they're interviewing the townsfolk." You know,
I hate that you have to feel like you have
I
to
know.
do that.
No, I know because it
Watch
really, if
this
you
part.
tune
It's
that out,
important.
if you tune that out, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Yeah. Also, really strange how they got that little girl to react to the Blair
Perfect.
Witch being talked
Yeah,
about.
that's a perfect. Yeah, I love that. No, no.
No, no. It's not real. It is real.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the creepiest still for me to this day. Movie just spooks me out. The last probably last 10 minutes, you know.
Hmm.
And yeah, that ending shot is spooky. It's either spooky or it's stupid, you know. But to me, it's terrifying
Yeah.
because, like we talked about, it leaves you some clues of maybe what's going on, but it's not. It's a guy standing in the corner. We don't really see anything scary. You don't see a killer or anything, you know.
Yeah, it's just a creation in your mind.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Just perfect
Honestly,
ending.
and you know, I'm sure there's some more on these lists, but like the horror movies that are the greatest or the ones that I really love all have endings that are just perfect, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Oh, this is another one that's on my list. Number 49, The Vanishing.
Ooh,
Creepy, creepy movie.
creepy, creepy. Maybe this is the remake that people like.
Oh yeah, you might be right. I think it's like
Yeah,
almost shot for shot remake though.
yeah. I think this is a well-received remake, but I've never
Actually,
seen it.
oh yeah, he did it. He's the one who made the
That's
remake.
right. That's
So
right.
yeah, yeah. So you're probably right. I think that is the one that people like. I think Jeff Bridges is in that.
Some yeah, there's some big actor.
It's creepy. A man and a woman are on vacation when the woman disappears at a rest stop and is never seen again. The man eventually moves on to a new relationship but can't let the past go. And the guy reaches out to him and it gets really fucking weird from there.
It does, and you know when you're watching that, you think, okay, this is like some mystery suspense. You know what happened to this chick, but yeah, I don't think anyone really expects the way or expects that ending the first time they're watching it. Like, you know, like what the fuck? It's very
Hmm.
shocking when you kind of find out what's actually going on, and whew, it's good. Highly recommend.
Okay, so it talks. Interesting. So Kiefer Sutherland is in the remake.
That's right,
Um,
Kiefer. That's right. I knew
he
somebody.
This is weird. I don't know if I want to watch the remake now. Here's what the big divergent. Here's where the big divergence happens. In the American version, um, leads to the new girlfriend riding to the rescue and to the baddie being defeated.
Oh,
In the original, though, it leads to a conclusion so sublimely dark it's enough to
yeah.
haunt dreams.
No, I don't want the good. I want the disturbing ending.
The main character is poured a cup of drugged coffee by the perpetrator, and after raging fruitlessly, he decides he has to know and drinks it. He awakens in a box underground, buried alive the way his dead love was, while the pair's killer goes back to his respectable life.
Yeah,
In
that's
a nightmarish way, everyone gets what they want.
ooh, yeah. It's spooky when you know you realize he's waking up buried underground, and yeah,
Ugh,
fucked
sends
up.
chills. Sends chills. It's just a creepy movie. It's just shot
It is.
creepily at a weird time, like late '80s.
Yeah, and that's people don't really talk about that Criterion, but I would highly recommend it. It's one of the first ones I got.
Yeah. It's just weird too how they show the perpetrator a lot.
Yeah,
Like he
it's
just shows
really
I like if I
broad
remember it's
daylight.
like yeah, if I remember it's like a hard cut and then we just follow him in his life.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. This one is also on my list actually. Number 47, Night of the Living Dead.
Ooh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The good classic horror movies, you know, they tend to
Mhm.
have great endings. This is
Mhm.
a fucked up ending.
It is a fucked up ending. I mean,
They
you want to
shot the
explain it?
brother.
Yeah, you go this whole time surviving zombies, only to be shot and killed by the cops.
Yeah, at the end of the film, they apparently mistake him for one of the living dead, and he gets shot. And it's just not what you were. You think if anyone's gonna die in this movie, they're gonna get attacked by one of these zombies,
Hmm.
and it's very shocking because it's
Yeah.
not. You think, okay, they made it. He survived, and yeah, like you said, it's not the death
Something.
that you would expect.
Yeah, something that could have been avoided, and especially after everything you've just been through.
Yep, great
Yeah,
film.
it is great. Let's see. Skipping through here. A lot I haven't seen. Number 37, Melancholia.
Oh, fuck. Wasn't on my list, but now that I think about it, Jesus, talk about a
Yeah,
downer. Talk about a movie that makes you want to take a leap off a building.
yeah,
Depressing,
yeah.
depressing film.
Lars von Trier's 2011 magnum opus is a film about depression, and it's a film about the end of the world. And more than anything, it's a profoundly resonant film about how the two can feel indistinguishable from one another.
It,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I mean, how does it end?
it ends in the only way. If that was a real scenario, that would be the only way it would end. A jarring final shot of them kind of embraced on the ground, and you can see this. What is the what's that? A planet that's colliding with them, or something's colliding on, or something. They're getting
Yeah, planets are
another planet,
colliding. Planets
and
are
you see
colliding.
you see this planet literally coming into the shot, and there's like a quick cut of them burning alive, like it's real quick. They go up in
Yeah,
flames. It's fucking good, man. That's a
yeah.
good movie.
Lars von Trier
But
is a little polarizing.
it's a movie I've only seen once because I felt like shit. Felt like shit
Agreed.
when I
Yeah,
watched it. It's
same,
depressing.
same. Let's see. Ooh, 31. Another one on my list. City Lights.
Ooh, fuck. Yes, yes. See what I mean when this is like could be an endless topic.
Yeah.
So many movies
Uh,
with great
yeah.
endings.
Yeah, I mean, pretty simple ending. He goes through the whole movie kind of in love with this blind flower girl. Um and she regains her sight like
Yeah. What a
and
when she knows that's him at the end.
yeah, there's like this moment of realization where he's looking at her and she's looking at him and you can tell she's
Whatever that weird
yeah,
face you
he's like
make.
but she
Great.
realizes it's him and I guess she accepts him for the tramp that he is.
For the tramp, that is my favorite Chaplin film. That
I
and
think it's mine
The
too.
Gold Rush, but like all his shit is
Yeah.
Charlie
I
Chap-ass ruled.
His answering smile feels like it could be a beacon over decades of dark nights, providing a final shot template that movies going forward would look to.
Yep, when you describe it like that.
Oh, she stops and her smile fades, and she recognizes the touch of his hands from the time
That's
before
it.
she regained her sight.
Yep.
You can see now? He asks her, abashed, and she answers that she can. And as she clasps his hands to her chest, it's clear that she means it in more than just a literal sense.
Ooh, man.
Oh, God. God damn.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the fence about Chaplin, you think, because I was number one critic. I go, I don't want to watch that boring silent shit. Anything but, folks. It's anything but.
Yeah, it's just there's a reason we remember him to this day.
Yeah, and that's an easily, I would say out of like all his movies, that would be the easiest one to kind of get into his stuff. Because, I mean, it's pretty
Hmm.
straightforward.
Yeah,
Not that any of his shit is really complex, but that is kind of like it's an easy movie to watch.
yeah, agreed. Let's see here. Number 22, In the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai. This is a movie about two sets of couples that move into the same building, and the husband of one works, the wife of another works, and the two connect. Um, Love may bubble over with longing, but it's about two people who seem to be living in sync while never managing to fully connect. They're married to other, mostly absent people, and their almost affair, evolves out of proximity and loneliness. But eventually, after they have like this almost affair, he goes. It's kind of lost in translation in a bit.
Okay.
There's I guess a custom where you can go to this old tree, whisper a secret into the tree, and your secret is safe. That sort of thing. So Chow tells a friend if someone had a secret they didn't want to share, they went up a mountain, found a tree, carved a hole in it, and whispered the secret into the hole. Um, and that's what he does. Chow does just that, telling a hollow in the wall what he will never tell a person, and then covering the hollow up and leaving it behind. Somehow, it still has the feeling of a kiss. It's kind of a powerful ending to a movie about longing and about maybe being married to the wrong person.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
Never seen it, but hey.
This is one you have seen. Number
Okay.
17, Before Sunset.
Yes.
This one's
I
on my
was
list
just
as
thinking
well.
it's on my list too. Out of that trilogy, that's my favorite ending. Probably my favorite of the three.
The most consequential, I guess.
Yeah, man,
Baby, you're gonna miss that plane.
it's so, and then it cuts, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
God,
like imagine having to wait 9 years to see what.
I know. Luckily, by the time I watched that, the movies were all out. I could jump right to the next one. But I always think, man, if I would have saw Before Sunrise when it came out, and then just kind of forgot about it for 9 years,
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy.
yeah.
I do love that movie though because they reconnect, but it's like, what happened? We didn't get together like we said. What happened? You're kind of answering the questions about the years that have passed, and
They
oh
eventually
God,
tell you. Eventually,
yeah,
like, yeah,
and
I did show up. I didn't show
yeah.
up.
When he goes up into her apartment though at the end, and you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking about, okay, he's gonna miss his flight. We keep hearing about it the whole movie. He's got a flight to make. Whoo!
Yeah,
So good, so good.
baby, you're
Oh,
gonna miss that flight.
oh man, God,
Doesn't
and
he
then it
say
cuts to
I
Ethan.
know, or he just like
He does.
nods, or
I think he says, yeah, I think he says, I know. Fuck. Fuck.
yeah.
Masterful
Oh,
trilogy.
wow, here we go. Number 16, Heat.
Hey,
You'll have to
it's
talk about
great.
this because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Well, it's a nice, like, kind of standoff between Pacino and De Niro, and they're kind of in this
In the
dark
coffee
field.
shop, or oh, that's
Yeah, they're
like the
kind of,
middle, right?
yeah, they're kind of, I don't know. I don't know what this is actually. Is this referring to, how does this, is it described in this paragraph?
Um, this two legendary actors would still be separated for the vast majority of his crime saga. They
Yeah.
came together only twice in the movie, once for that legendary chatty coffee shop scene, and then for the film's nearly wordless final scene, in which
Yeah, because it's like
Pacino's cop finally shoots De Niro's master thief.
yeah, they're like in this field or something, and the lights kind of dim, and then they come back on, and it's really silent. They're looking for
Yeah,
each other. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It is great. And then De Niro says some line about, "Told you I was never going back to prison" or something like that. That's the whole
man.
it's his dying words. It's fucking phenomenal. And I guess when you say that is a good point. They really aren't on screen throughout the movie that much. Just those two
Yeah,
sequences.
just yeah, which is cool. Number 12, The Thing.
Hey, I like that.
It's
I
a good
like that.
movie.
It is.
It's a good
Bleak,
movie.
bleak ending.
It's funny. That's what it says. It's bleak.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's bleak.
But it also isn't it at the end you're like questioning if one of them is the
Like if they've
parasite.
gotten, yeah, infected or something. I like that movie a lot. It's never been like, I don't watch it every year. It's not like
Hmm.
I've only seen it a couple times, but it's good.
They share a bottle of liquor, aware that
That's right.
neither can do anything about their predicament, stuck in the
Yep.
icy tundra of Antarctica, staring down their assured deaths.
Yep.
It's
Just kind of
bleak.
like an acceptance of, this is the end. Let's have one final drink.
Yeah,
Whew.
Yeah, that's nice and bleak and good.
It is.
Let's see. Oh, number 8, Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh my God.
It has been so long since I've seen this, so I can't really remember how it
Now,
ends.
is this referring to the mask on the pillow at the end?
Um, let's see.
Or
The
they're
master, the
shopping at the end?
master, the master outdid himself with the very final moment and very final line of his very final film, in
Something
which
about
Nicole
like let's
Kidman's
fuck or something.
Alice Harford informed her sort of kind of straying husband Bill that there was one last thing they had to do after their final
Oh,
reconciliation. Fuck.
fuck. That's right.
Fuck shit. Fucks like shit.
That is a spooky, spooky film. It really is. Have you seen that once or multiple
I've
times
seen it.
or
I've seen it only once, and I think I've been kind of holding out for the 4K before I watch it again. But who knows if when
it,
that's gonna happen?
dude? Very out of all his movies, the one that kind of like that you pick up on some shit that really reminds you of The Shining. I guess like those
Hmm.
transition shots of like they're in a party at the beginning and those kind of fade in and out. It's just something spooky going on in that movie.
Hmm.
Um, the whole sex cult thing, and then when he confronts the guy and they're playing pool, and
Yeah,
gives me chills, man.
it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, that is a fantastic, fantastic movie. So good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk about this one. Number 7, 8.5. Have you seen 8.5?
Fritz or Fellini,
Fellini, yeah.
I have, but not enough where I could talk about the ending. Just remember the
Okay,
Pee Wee music, and there's like a parade thing at the end. The
then
movie's straight out of Pee Wee.
we'll move on then. Number 5, Some Like It Hot.
What happens at the end?
Well, nobody's perfect. I'm a
Is that what?
man.
I'm a man, baby. Um,
I
great,
can't marry
great
you.
film. It's a Pride Month film.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah,
I don't
I
remember the
do.
ending, but I like the movie.
It's where they're riding away on the boat, and the guy that's like been in love with Jack Lemon's woman character, he's
Okay.
like trying to convince him, I can't marry you. And he's like telling him all these different ways why, and then he's eventually like, well, all's good, I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect. It's
Because I'm not
good.
into guys and playing dress up. That's what he said.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. Um, man, wow. This list does not have the fucking Graduate on it.
It could do that. Like you could never come up with a list that has everything. There's just so
101
much.
best endings and The Graduate isn't in it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because
Fucking sickening.
that's a great ending. Although I prefer the Jason Biggs Broadway version of The Graduate.
Have you seen it?
Don't need to.
Then how do you prefer it?
Because it's got J Biggs, baby.
God, quite a few films in that list that I had on mine, but also quite a few that it didn't have that is on my list.
What are some that were omitted that you really like?
um, uh, all that jazz.
Oh God. See, I mean, this is even like bringing that shit up that, yeah, that would have been on my list, but it wasn't because I just didn't think about it. Whew,
Yeah, all that
spooky.
jazz is a spooky ending. A
Just
whole
that,
dance number.
yeah,
Only and Roy Scheider is just inching his way towards the angel,
yeah,
and eventually it leads to he's just dead. He's fucking
yeah. The
dead.
camera cuts to the body bag being zipped over his head. I mean, how
Yeah, just
fucked up is that?
hard cut right to his body with this
Man,
jovial music playing in the
ooh,
background. Cuts to silence, his body bag being zipped up,
God,
and very, very close to what happened to
fantastic movie.
old
Bob Fosse,
Bob Fosse, old
bye
Bob.
bye life.
Bye
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 bye.
life.
Oh man,
Bye bye happiness.
God, dude, so
Hello
good.
loneliness. Think I'm gonna die.
And you know what? I love that movie, but it's so kind of bizarre and kind of makes you feel like shit that I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah, it's
Because
rough.
that
It is.
ending, man, that last shot is so bizarre.
it is rough,
Man.
but that's why it's so good. What about Cinema Paradiso?
Oh yeah, shit. Fuck yeah,
Hmm.
man. It's great.
The whole climax with, I guess you could call it the ending, where he's watching
Yeah.
the footage of all
The
kissing
kissing.
scenes
Yeah.
that had to be cut out,
Even got
and
some Chaplin in there.
he's just sitting in the theater, just
Hmm.
Alfredo.
Talk about a love letter to film.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I was
cinematography.
shocked that wasn't on that list?
Huh?
Um, Shining.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it
It's not
kind
on my
of
list. I do love it, but
it's kind of one of those that, like we talked about, it gives us some hints of maybe what's going on, but there's also
mm,
not a clear answer. And just something about that slow zoom in onto the to that picture right there.
yeah.
The slow zoom in, and the music's playing, and then you see Jack in the picture, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
What
What the
does it
fuck?
mean?
He's like absorbed by the hotel. You know, he's just a part of it the whole time. It's very, very strange.
Jesus Christ. Um, Fan of Take Shelter.
I just watched that not too long ago.
I really like Take Shelter a
I
lot.
thought that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Michael Shannon plays this dad that is fearful that the world is coming to an end. Um, and eventually they get into a bunker. Nothing happens, and then they're off on a beach somewhere,
That's
and they
right.
look out on the beach, and there's these huge cyclones coming straight
That's
for
right.
them.
And that's one of those
Very,
movies too. You're trying to figure out, like, is he fucking off his rocker or what?
yeah, and kind of a very satisfying. Like, it's not good that he was right, but you also feel good that he
Yeah.
was right.
Yeah, that he wasn't full of shit the whole time. No,
Yeah,
I know what you mean. Definitely.
very,
Yeah,
very.
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a chilling little ending. Um, you ever seen Drag Me to Hell?
I haven't.
Whew,
Does someone get
the
dragged to hell?
Oh yeah, it is pretty fucking cool and pretty gnarly. It's a very
Wait,
mean
so
movie.
do we see some, like a representation of someone going to hell?
Oh, so what
Kind of like
happens
in
is,
Ghost with Patrick Swayze when the demons come up and
well,
pull the guy in.
I haven't seen it, but if that's how it is, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's there's like a resolution to the story, and
Really?
Justin Long and the girl are at this train station, and she starts to see something, and then she falls back onto the tracks, and he's like, oh god, help, trying to get her out. And
Oh
like right as the
shit.
train is coming to run her over, these hands just like reach up
Oh,
from
that's
the
cool.
underground and just like rip her down, and
That's cool.
like they look like they are pulling her hard, like there's no fucking around with this. And there's this,
See, I've never seen that or really even thought much about it.
and Sam Raimi made it.
Yeah.
But it's just this bombastic score with these demon creatures pulling her down into hell. Her
Okay.
face starts to disintegrate into
Yeah,
skeletal,
it's
and
like
it's
Ghost, but way more like gnarly
intense.
and
Yeah,
visual. Like in Ghost, when Patrick Swayze dies, his soul ascends. But when the
yeah.
criminal dies, there's like all these growling noises and these black blobs that fucking pull him down.
That
It's
actually
pretty
sounds
cool.
pretty interesting. But yeah, it's a very mean movie that ends on a very mean note. I like going back to that ending and just
Interesting.
watching it because it's cool. It's a cool
Now
ending.
I've never even thought to check that movie out.
Yeah, yeah. Leading up
What a
to it is
yeah,
it's okay. It's
but you're
not
really
bad, but
remembering the ending.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
I think one that you know one of the all-time shocking twists, The Sixth Sense.
Hmm.
I mean, God, if you didn't know what was going on in that movie, which I was lucky enough to not, I watched that when it first came out.
Lucky
Um,
you.
yeah, when you don't realize what's going on and then it kind of clicks at the end, oh my God, he was dead the whole time. That's a great ending. It's a great ending.
Yeah,
And what's good about that is even though you can go back to it, but okay, so he's dead, but then you can watch it in a different light. Like you pick up on things that, oh, okay, this kind of
yeah.
makes sense.
It's
Now
almost
when you
watching
realize
it
he's
for the first
dead,
time again.
Yeah, when you realize he's dead, then you kind of watch it in a different way.
Yeah,
Great ending.
definitely. Great ending. Another one that I really like. I know you can't stand this movie, but La La Land. Um, so by the end, you probably don't remember any of this,
I think
but
I missed the ending because I had to go take a piss, and I don't ever do that in movies.
did you miss the whole like singing in the rain type of montage, then
I
dancing
might have. I drank
around?
like one of those big sodas, and I mean, I was trying to hold in my piss, but I mean, like I was in
Did you just
pain. I
not
had to
come
get
back
up.
in after?
No, I came back in, but like it was like towards the end, I couldn't hold it anymore. I was gonna piss my pants,
Yeah.
so I had to get up.
Well, basically the way it goes is they end up breaking up and going their separate ways, and he owns a bar and she's a big actress now.
Yeah,
And
I
her and
saw
her
that.
yeah, her and her husband come into the bar that he owns, and he's playing, and they look
That's
out
right.
at each other, they see each other, and then this whole montage plays out, and
That's right.
then
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, and then once it's all over, they kind of look at each other longingly, and he just gives her a nod, and they go their separate ways. Just like a great longing ending, like what could
Sure.
have been.
You know, I'd probably rewatch that movie. I've only seen it once. Just it annoyed me for some reason. I can't even give you an explanation why.
I understand it. I get
It
the
just annoyed me.
annoyance.
Or
I
even
just
right from the beginning, like those idiots in a traffic jam, they start singing and dancing. Like, fucking get
it's
out of
a
the way.
musical. It's a musical, you
And then I was
fucking
watching,
idiot.
and then I was watching that, and I was like pissed off for the people that were affected by the traffic. You know, they had to shut those segments of the highway down so they could film.
Oh my
Imagine
god,
trying
it's
to go to work.
LA.
Yeah,
It's
imagine trying to
LA.
go to
Who
work
gives a
and you got to deal with
shit?
that shit. It just pissed me off. Quit clogging up traffic.
Who gives a shit?
Right from the beginning, I was annoyed with that movie.
Oh my
Dancing in a
god.
traffic jam. Get the fuck out of the
Y-
way.
Oh yeah, Sound of Music. Let's dance during the Nazi occupation. This is a happy time.
Hey, you know what? You need some
Nothing
happiness in the
makes
dark times.
nothing makes sense in
I'm trying to get to
musicals.
work and some fucking dummies dancing in the road. Get out of the
Yeah,
way.
but they took off when traffic cleared. It's not like they were the ones clogging up the traffic.
Oh,
They were stuck in traffic, so they danced.
fine.
Maybe you need to find some joy in life and dance once in a
I'm
while.
probably reaching a little bit too far for my criticism there, but I remember sitting in the theater and I was annoyed right off the bat when that chick starts singing in her car. I'm like, fuck this.
Whatever. Fair enough.
Oh
I'm
man.
surprised this one wasn't on the list, but I'm surprised that The Mist wasn't on the list.
Ooh. Okay.
That is a fucked up ending that
It is.
I love. I just
I need
love.
to go back to that. I need to go back to that movie.
The movie itself is, it's pretty solid, but
Yeah, I
that
just kind of
ending
remember
is
feeling like it was kind of just dragged a little bit when they're in that store. It's like, okay,
a
come
little
on.
bit, a little bit. Marcia Gay Harden's pretty. She's a
Yeah,
good villain in it. But by the end,
sure.
it's like a hopeless movie that turns into, oh fuck.
Okay, yeah. I do remember the ending. I need to go back to that.
Yeah, what happens in the ending?
I just remember them driving out and you see the things walking around, the big creatures or whatever, right?
That's what you remember?
Isn't there like, don't you like see something that confirms that?
Oh,
Yep,
well, yeah. You see a big creature
that's
walking
right. Yeah, I
around,
remember that. Yeah.
and then they're all gonna kill each. They kill everybody. He kills his son. He kills the two other people that are with him. And
I don't
right as he's
remember
about to
that.
kill himself, the mist clears and the military shows up.
Oh man, see, I don't remember that. Oh,
Well, I'm
fuck.
glad I explained it because
Yeah,
it's
it sounds
far
better now.
more. It is way better.
I just thought from what I remember seeing the shot of them driving, and you see the things walking around, but
Yeah,
that's it. That's the last thing I remember.
yeah, you
I
do
didn't
see
realize there
it,
was a
but then
family or a mass murder suicide.
yeah, yeah, he kills his son,
Oh,
kills the two other
interesting.
people with him, and he's like, and then the mist clears and the military shows up and everything's
Wow,
fine and everybody's dead except for him.
horrible.
Yeah,
Sounds better that way.
it is way better. Yeah,
You know what I was surprised wasn't on that list was the Shawshank Redemption. Come on,
that was what I was going to talk about.
how in the
If
fuck?
if anything, one of the most satisfying endings.
So good. It is. A lot of these movies, they're kind of left up to interpretation. They don't always give you an answer, but
Hmm.
that is a satisfying ending. That beach
Yeah.
embrace when they both made it out. And I mean, come on,
The mu-
fantastic.
the music playing, So Was
Yeah,
Red playing.
yeah. I mean, like when they see each other, they're like, man, we made it. You know,
Yeah, it's
powerful.
chills again, chills.
Hmm.
I mean, that's number two favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
just
though, you couldn't
great.
possibly talk about. There's so many. This could go on forever. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, real quick, I gotta talk about my favorite, which is The Graduate. I mean, just
Oh yeah.
truly one of the. I don't even. It's always hard to explain because it's just like the realization that you made a mistake,
Yeah.
you fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
and to watch the slow realization on their faces as they realize in the moment this is a great
Yeah.
idea, and then they're
And then it
like,
kind of,
they
yeah.
have a moment
No,
of, oh my god, what did we just
that's
do?
yeah. When you talk about it like that, it's poetic, and that's
Yeah.
very true. It is kind of like a slow, kind of like a fuck.
Yeah, and then Sounds of Silence starts playing, and
Yeah.
hello, darkness, my old
It's
friend.
great. It's great. That is a it's a masterwork.
Yeah,
I will
truly.
agree with
But
you there. And kind of going on that theme of an ending where, maybe the main characters have a realization that they fucked up. This probably isn't traditionally thought of as a good ending, but I always loved it. Jurassic Park, that final
mm,
shot of the helicopter and the camera goes to John Hammond, and the whole movie he's really Mr. Positive, Mr. I am changing the world. This is a big breakthrough, and there's a final shot of him just kind of leaning up against the helicopter, and it's just like a look of sadness, like, oh, I
yeah,
fucked up big time.
yeah.
This was a massive failure, and that always kind of stuck with me with that movie. The ending's
That's
not really talked about, but I think it's perfect.
yeah, that's a good pick because I would not have
Yeah.
thought of it.
Yeah, just the look on his face, like, because the whole movie's such a good, like a positive character,
Yeah.
and it's kind of one final shot of him realizing, hey, I fucked up.
Oh
When they're
God, what did I
going to the
do?
island in the helicopter, he's happy. When they're leaving, he's a broken man.
Mm, it's great.
Whew, I could
Yeah,
go
I
on
mean that's
forever.
yeah, a lot of great endings. Obviously, we tell us what your favorite ending is.
Definitely. Just a couple more that I had on my list. The Departed. Love that ending.
Mm.
I know people
Do you
shit on the
think the
whole.
rat is stupid?
No, I don't. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I mean, I don't need to see. It is kind of like spoon feeding it to the
Yeah,
average
yeah,
moviegoer, I guess. But I don't hate it. Um,
yeah,
and when I think of the ending to that movie, I kind of think of that whole like final segment. When they all die real quick. Like I don't particularly think of that last shot of Mark Wahlberg, but
hmm
just maybe the last 10 minutes. But first time I watched that when Mark Wahlberg walks in and fucking shoots him, it's shocking.
yeah,
Like, oh my
yeah.
God, you know.
Seriously,
Um,
it's good though.
Bo- Boyhood, amazing ending.
Mm.
Um, Leaves you
I
with
don't know
kind of,
why I didn't have that on my list.
it just kind of, I think it's perfect. We've watched this kid grow up for the entire film, and then it kind of leaves us with, hey, you know, he kind of made it. He had some rough kind of years, some odd scenarios, but man, he came out okay. A lot of optimism there.
And
So,
I do love his little look at the camera.
oh fuck, man, so good, so good. There's not a lot going on there, but it just kind of leaves you with a feeling of, hey, good for him. He did it.
Life goes on.
Yeah. And one more, I had Terminator 2 on my list of endings. Yeah, I mean, perfect. It's where the series ends in my mind. But again, could go on and on. Pretty much every movie I
Yeah,
love has an ending that I love. So
yeah.
I think we invoked a good discussion here, though, buddy.
I think so too. Good job.
Yeah, good job to be prepared and kind of have something to talk about. Like Nick said, let us know. This is definitely a discussion sort of topic. We'd love to hear what your favorite endings are, you know, or any ideas for future episodes. We're still here.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff.
Anything else, Nick? Nicholas Nickleby?
No.
That's episode 183 of the Cinema Scumbags podcast in the books. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, go fuck yourselves.